Good morning. It's a beautiful day where I live in upstate New York, and it has not been sun shining in a long time, and today it is. So we're feeling good today, and we're going to tackle day number 8 of the Junk Journal Challenge, hosted by Meg Journals and Get Messy Art. And I apologize to Get Messy Art for not including you. I just found out and realized that you were a co-host, so from now on I will try to remember to include your name in there. Today's prompt is Blossom, and I have been hoarding all of these flowers that I cut out of scrapbook paper years ago, and I finally feel like today is the day to use them. So I got all my materials set up. I got my crackle stamp. I have this little paper ribbon that I made. I'm not sure if that will fit in. It's the right colors, but I'm not sure it'll fit in. I also have this. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this as a background for my quote, but it's too thin, so probably not that one. Maybe I'll find a thicker one. And I also have this packaging that I could use as a background. And the quote that I found is by Anais Nin. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. And I thought that was such a cute little quote and perfect for today's prompt, Blossom. So I'm going to make it another 2-page spread. I can't remember if I already said that or not. And what I was thinking was putting a flower like that on the bottom and like this on the top, and the quote in there in the middle. And then I was thinking of keeping this flower because it matches these, but actually like this one better, I think. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to put that there, but I am going to dye the one I'm not using. I'm going to ink the edges and see how that looks, because I am not sure that I want to ink the edges. So let's get the ink out and see how it looks. I'm using archival ink sepia color. I like these little ones. Sometimes I just do it like this, but sometimes that you don't see enough of it or get into those little cracks. I don't think I actually like it, so actually I wonder if that would look good, just half. But no, I think I'm just going to keep the one there. So the first step actually is going to be doing the background crackle. And I'm just going to put ink in spots and then press it down on different areas and crackle. Hopefully that will come out pretty, and we shall have our background. I want to be able to see it, so I don't want it very lightweight. So in the middle, really around the edges is where, well actually no, because the bottom edge and the top edge are going to be covered. So the side edges and sort of in the middle, even though some of that is going to be covered by the quote. I'm thinking that looks pretty good, and it already looked kind of crackled because of the way I dyed it. I can't remember if maybe I had a plastic lace doily on there when I dyed it. I don't remember, but get a little bit more, get a little bit darker on the edges. Yeah, that's good. Alright, I think that's it for that. So we'll get this out of the way. Close up. Oh, first we will ink the edges of the quote. I apologize if you hear my daughter snoring in the background. She fell asleep, taking a little nap. So that's going to go there on top of something. I might have a wider piece of this somewhere, so let me go look for that. Alright, so I couldn't find a wider piece of the corrugated cardboard, so it's going to have to be this, I think. I was also thinking about putting it on this, but I think most of the polka dots, I don't want it to be too wide either. So, let's see how this looks. And yeah, it's not ripping very straightly, which I guess doesn't really matter. I don't really want giant heaps up there though. Good thing I have a lot of this stuff. I might have to just cut it across. But let's see. I don't even remember what came in this packaging, what it was on it. Okay. So, scissors. I think better do it down here. I am not online or on camera. So, I'm going to cut it right about here and see how that looks. I'm going to rip it on the edge here. How about that? Okay. So, we'll see how this looks with the flowers. Like that, we would have it. Or maybe even we could do maybe this. I don't know, I think this stuff has a more contrast to it, so that's what it's going to be. So now I am going to glue these things on. I'm just tearing this little edge so at least I have two little frayed edges. And actually I think I might want to just make it a little bit thinner because I don't want to risk covering up all that nice crackly background. So now I'm going to glue these things down. I'm going to glue this one over here, make my label, and we'll be all done. That was an easy one for me. Flora and fauna are always easy for me. So I've got a glue stick right here and a little scrap paper. I've noticed people using a book, an old book that they took apart, as a gluing background, which I thought was a great idea. Now this is sparkly. I could have used this in one in my shimmer on this side. I'm not sure if the glue stick is going to work with this. Let's find out. I can always re-glue it later. This one is going on the top. And this one is going on the bottom. I always feel like I'm gluing the edges, but the edges never stick. And this one's going to go down here. And I'm going to get the edge there. Or maybe it's just not sticking because of that sparkly stuff. Yeah, I have a feeling that's it. I'll go back in there with some Fabrifix. Now this one I'm just going to glue like this and lay it down. And I keep moving slightly out of... There we go. And I will get my Fabrifix out, or what is it? Fabri-Tac. What's the difference between Fabrifix and Fabri-Tac? I don't know. This is just what I have at my Walmart. So that's what I get. I've also learned not to glue all the way up to the edges with Fabrifix, because it gushes out if you do that. So there's that. And I need to put some of this on here, but not right up to the edge, because it'll mush out to the edge. And I don't like big messy glue spots on my page, but it happens every single time. I am just a messy gluer, I guess. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. And I think that's good. And now we'll this way, this way, this way. We'll use the Fabri-Tac for this one too. It's hard to get up in those skinny little tips. Okay, here we go. There's the finished spread. Blossom. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. I think that's such a cool quote. And there we go. There we have it. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you again next time. Look forward to seeing other interpretations of this prompt. Bye-bye.